Good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. It is week 4 of season 32. We reached the halfway stage already. The season is flying by. And we are here with our second full-length endurance race of the season from the idyllic and scenic St. Croix layout B. Here, it's an interesting circuit in terms of the layout. It feels like a circuit that was put together from bits of circuit that the designers kind of had that didn't really know where else to put them. So it doesn't flow naturally like a lot of circuits, but still provides good and interesting challenges here. So it's got a little bit of everything for everybody here: fast corners, slow corners, sweeping bends, long straights, plenty of overtaking opportunities. Then it's just a one race course. It is the endurance race, so it's just in the Ferraris this week, no Mazda action. However, based on how the first endurance race of the season went at Lago Maggiore a couple of weeks ago, we should still be provided plenty of on-track action. And the cars are out in qualifying, 10 minutes set time, and then Joker has hit the front. So when he gets around to the final couple of corners, we will go on board for a lap then of the middle layout of the circuit. And of course this has got an A and a C layout, but both a little bit longer, so I think this is the short one. Just making his way around them. So last time out, it was a split week. The Mazdas and the Ferraris, and unsafe release dominated in the Mazdas, while in the main race the weather played a part as Odon was victorious in the main race, with Zom coming home in second, unsafe only P3. So really did mix it up. But on board with Joker then for a lap then of St. Croix. Across the line we go. Start our first lap then. The first corner is a right-hander, long, open. Hit the braking marker, brake as late as you dare, then throw it in, get right up against this white line. And then corner opens nicely on X. It's a very wide circuit here then, so should be plenty of side-by-side action. Then up the hill, then into this right-hand kink. Stay tight because of the braking zone coming up shortly afterwards. And this uphill off-camber left-hander pushes you out to the outside of the circuit there onto the curb there from Joker. Not ideal. And over the crest we go, and now we start plunging downhill through this S section. High speed. This is really going to hurt these soft tyres. Going into the right-hander, get up against that, then quickly into the left before hard on the brakes. So we go onto the bridge there. It's off camera, trying to throw you to the outside. Watch the wall on the outside there. I'm expecting to see a few drivers make contact with that barrier tonight. Across the bridge we go to the other side of the lake. Once again, brake as late as you dare. Into the left-hander again, slightly off camber, a bit flat. Right up against the barrier, then over the crest. Once again in front of us there, plunge down the hill, then into this long blind right-hander. Got to pick a brake marker, try and hug the barrier on the inside. Joker's washed out quite wide there, just going to catch the barrier. Not ideal from Joker. Makes his way there onto the back straight. He's then interrupted by this right-hand kink then, but you will stay flat through here. Now head into the technical final sector of the lap then. Again, it's then hard on the brakes, open the corner up as much as you can using the curve on the outside there. Flexing nicely, then watch out because this does tight on exit there. And into this high speed sweeping S section we go. Double apex left-hander, then car goes light over the crest into the right-hander, again over the crest and downhill. Drop a gear there just to pull the nose in, again double apex left-hander. Down the hill now, just one corner left to go. Again, brake late as you dare because it is quite an open final corner. The ball is right up against the exit curve there. And the final corner he comes towards the line, and the first time on the board is a 2 minute 12.7. Immediately jumped by Nobby Norris by nearly 2 seconds, so Nobby Norris then goes onto provisional pole after the first lap. Derek has stopped it in second, then just ahead of Joker. The Super is third as Face Potter goes second. Still second down on Nobby Norris then. Blue flag goes into second, 13 thousandths down on Nobby Norris. And so releasing third, Nobby Norris then. Legitimate pace, and that's Odon, winner of course last week in the feature race at the Red Bull Ring. Goes into third, then splits the two championship leaders. And Carlo in P6. So for the first runs, that's the last couple of drivers coming across the line. That goes P11. Within not yet set a lap time. just gone for a fuel burn lap then. And as well, maybe they just ruined their first laps and decided to go for a fuel burn lap. And fresh tyres, and Mikey sitting in the pits. Of course, Mikey covering this week for Beach. So he's not going to qualify, he will start at the back. So, Norris then, man on a mission then, 13,000th fastest after the first runs, but blue flag right up behind him. Oh, he's hit the wall that time though, so he will not be improving on this one. Unsafe release. Next split is on the back straight then, so we've got 4 checkpoints on this lap. Norris has gone past it, so we'll go back to unsafe release then, see if unsafe release is improving. He is currently 2/10 down on provisional pole. And he's second down on this lap then, so the tyres, you can see the soft tyres are not lasting around here, so Norris's lap. Very impressive then, he's 8/10 down on this one, so I imagine he will pit some fresh tyres, go again. Now the good news for a number of the drivers this week is it can't rain here, so they're not going to be caught out by the weather. One man is probably quite sad about that, and the man in P3, Odon then victorious. The Bowles tried to stay out on intermediate tyres as it started to dry up. Unsafe Finish was hunting him down, but then the rain came back in right at the death. Unsafe had to pit again, and he only recovered to third. Blue flag also was another one victim of the wet then, he ended up 5th. So we're diving to the pits then for fresh tyres, so Norris then. That's interestingly gone round again. I thought he might have pitted for some fresh tyres. He might not get a chance to do another lap here. Interesting strategy from Norby. I think he should have pitted really. He was 8/10 down, wasn't he? So yeah, it's a strange one. He has not pitted. Out come the guys in a pitted blue flag. Odon. Safe release. Steve was now up in P5. 2:11.8. So a solid lap there from him. Just had to face Potter as I came back. So I suppose the best that goes 10th. Ahead of Static Shocker. Glyn now on a flying lap then. So let's see how Glyn gets on. This will be his first flying lap. May have to be the basic last again, yes. You can see the Ferrari there squirming as it comes off that right-hander. I don't think so. I don't think so now. Carl, I think he's gonna win. So there goes Norris, and he's in the final sector. Yeah, he's not going to get a chance to do another lap then. So Norris then has. I'm going to shot myself in the foot a little bit here then. Not going to get another chance at starting on hards. Yes, indeed. Interesting there. I don't know if he's realised. Static Shocker, you're on hards. Probably want to be on the softs, mate. Just thought. So the drivers then on their out lap. Steve is still going around though. A little bit of a toe from Derek here at the final corner. There's his lap time. He just shy of his current best up there, so solid effort there. Derek improves to 8th. 12.2, just goes and say Derek's super consistent now. 2.12.3, 2.12.3, 2.12.2. Derek has found his pace. So Norris has decided that was going to be it. That is Glyn goes 5th. So then they're putting his lap on the board. It's a 2.11.2. Very solid up there from him. Just the 2 drivers in the 2.10s at the moment. Just 13 thousandths of a second apart. Let's then go on board with the first of the guys giving chase then on fresh tyres. That man improves to 2.12.5. And safe release then, championship leader. 2.27 then, and safe is 64 thousandths up in sector 1 on his best time. But that will not move him up anywhere, so he needs to find some more time yet. This blue flag goes purple by nearly 4/10 of a second. So Norris is not going to set another lap time, another competitive lap time anyway. What about unsafe release? Crosses the bridge. He's now purple. Odon behind him is also purple. Blue flag behind him. Let me guess. Is also purple by 9/10 of a second. The fuel burn. Nobby Norris is going to be kicking himself there for not going in for fresh tyres. Yep, Ferrari, we stay out. This tyre looking good. Unsafe is nearly a quarter of a second purple. Odon behind him, though, is nearly 4/10 purple. And behind him, blue flag is over a second purple. So Nobby's going to get bumped down to P4 here as it stands. So Felice into the final sector. Car sliding around. Joker goes to the pole. Meanwhile, Unsafe is blue, but it's not purple anymore. Odon's lost time. He's down on his best time. What about blue flag? That has moved the goalpost significantly, and blue flag's also not purple anymore. Then has Joker pulled one right out of the hat at the end. Glynn's just ahead of him there. Glynn coming to the line. Does not improve. Unsafe goes second. Odon goes third. And blue flag goes third. So Joker, that we were watching Unsafe, Odon and blue flag, and off camera, Joker comes out of nowhere to steal provisional pole position. And I think that's going to be it then. Anybody else on a lap still? I'm in the pits. I came back coming to the line. It's quite a bit down. Static Shock has finished, and Zom's also struggled badly there. Not able to get a good lap time on the board. 2:16.2. Not registered. That'll be an outlap then. So Zom there with dramas on his flying laps. Means he's going to start P14, having got P2 last week. So while everybody was looking, while we were all looking at Unsafe, blue flag and Odon, it was Joker then who's come through by over a quarter of a second. And so Joker on pole position. Still not turned there from him. So Joker on pole. Unsafe Felice will be right behind him though. And then blue flag, top three covered by less than 4/10 of a second. Then Odon sits in P4. Nobby Norris after that first run ends up P5. With Glynn in P6 for a good qualifying from him in P7, and face Potter rounding out the top 8. Then behind them it's Monte Carlo in P9, Derek in P10, Matman in P11. Then I came back P12 there. Static Shocker on the hard tyre, interestingly. Didn't get maybe the ultimate qualifying pace there. He's in 13th. Zom down in 40th there. Dramas on both of his flying runs, and Mikey, of course, not setting a lap time because he is filling in from GT1 this week. So all three tyre compounds must be used, the softs, the mediums and the hards, for at least a minimum of 1 lap. It is 34 laps around here. So a long old race ahead of us. Predictions then in the chat. Can Joker convert? You know, he is good on strategy, but he seems to also have the pace around here as well. Can Unsafe and blue flag put the magnets on, put him under some pressure? Can Odon back up his win last week with another strong performance? Then Nobby Norris, can he do from 5th? We saw him in the last endurance race come through for a superb 4th, and that was from further down the grid. So starting up in P5, he could be a dark horse here for the podium as well. Glynn in 6th there, looking strong. Sufa also looking strong as well. Face Potter was of course a factor at the beginning of the race at Maggiore 2 weeks ago. Is he going to be a factor as well? And we've got Monte Carlo, Derek, Matman. They've all got pace as well. Yeah, well, delivering when it matters though, and let's say he hasn't had touched the pace all week in practice, but the difference is when you're practicing, you're not compelled to go as fast as maybe you need to. You are just pounding around. Once the pressure comes on, once you see the lap times, you've got proper targets to aim at, and that's when you start to ramp up a little bit. So sometimes a little extra pressure is what we need. Cars then on the grid, ready for start of the race, and Joker will lead them off with Unsafe behind him. Then blue flag, Odon, Nobby Norris, Glynn, Stufer, Face Potter, Monte Carlo, Derek, Matt, I came back, Static Shocker, Zom and Mikey. with all to do from the back of the grid. Tyre situation, the Joker starting on the hards. It's the mediums for Unsafe and for Blue Flag and for Odon and for Nobby Norris and for Glyn. Softs for Stufer, hards for Face Potter. It's the mediums for Monte Carlo, the hards for Derek, the mediums for Matman. I came back, he's on the mediums. Zom is on the hards, as is Static Shocker, as is Mikey. Into turn one we go then, Joker leading them through. Interestingly, he started on the hards despite having clear track. To get them out of the way then, so expect to see him under some pressure early doors as they head up to the left-hander for the first time. Trailer cars then. Monte Carlo and Derek battling, and Monte Carlo gets through. And now Matman on the attack of Derek as well. He was going backwards then. I think he's on the hard tyre, isn't he? He is. Matman's on the mediums. On that tight line there. Ooh, Matt's going to sweep around the outside of him there in the Newcastle livery car. Good overtake there. Seems to be updated there. I think that's the Joker, the livery that he did for him. And there has already been a change in 4P2. And they are side by side. Blue Flag momentarily ahead. Unsafe Crew back at him. They're on the bridge side by side. Unsafe on the left, on the inside. But Blue Flag breaks later and goes around the outside into second place. Big twitcher cars. Owen as well, almost fully sideways in fourth. And he's got Nobby Norris all over the back of him. All these cars are on the medium tyres. It's just Joker at the front who's on the hards in this lead pack. Next one is Stoof in seventh then. So we've got a 7-car breakaway. With Stoof on the softs at the back of this train. And Face Potter and Monte Carlo right under his rear wing as they head down the back straight. I see him moving to the braking zone there. Face Potter a little bit tight. Monte Carlo's tucked right under there. Is he going to be late on the brakes to try and make a move? Face Potter goes defensive. Set up a move off the corner, but Face Potter's got good traction there off the corner and will hang on to that place for now. Indeed, yeah, it was good racing between these two. Then a change for the lead, then through the S's, as probably expected. Blue Flag has hit the front. And those hard tyres on Joker's car just take a little bit of time to get warmed up. They will come in after a couple of laps though, and they will be alright. As further back, Nobby Norris is looking at Odon into the final corner. Again, good respect shown by both. They're leading to the room. No contact made. Good driving. This leads 7. And across the line for the first time. They're now Unsafe. Is not going to want to let Blue Flag get away. Still got that hard shot. Ferrari in between him now of Joker. And he'll be looking to make a move then. Joker has lost the clean air. Blue Flag will be treasuring that then. He's now not got any dirty air. Will definitely help through sectors 1 and 3. Safe there, sporting a nice Lacoste livery this week. And all Francais. The bridge we go then. And Odon has suddenly become very much interested in that third place, and having fended off Nobby Norris out the final corner. Odon is now on the attack. Right on the back of Unsafe as they cross the bridge. The car links back towards Joker then. And just moving around in the break as if further back then we've got Stufer and Glyn going at it. Glyn's having to go defensive. They come off the bridge. You think he's clipped the wall there. Stufer's going to go around the outside on those soft tyres. How long are they going to hold up, especially on a full tank of fuel? And these sort of high velocity corners here are really going to be pushing those outside tyres hard. Up ahead, I think that is Unsafe. Looking about a move. Joker having to go defensive, then down the straight and hold the tight line, and Unsafe going to go to the outside, go the long way around. Here comes Odon as well. Going to buy in. He's going to be late on the brakes. Oh, Unsafe turning in. Joker's still there. They've touched, and now Odon might find the door open. Not quite though. No, Unsafe cuts back across. Just there from Odon showing in all the mirrors. Holding off Stufer, then we've got Matman who's now made his way through to P8, then ahead of Face Potter and Derek and Monte Carlo. Then so Matman, a man on the move. Straight 4 Zoms also giving chase, sporting some teeth on the front of that car this week. Not sure what that's in aid of. We'll find out later on. Oh, Static Shocker has done a Mikey. And Mikey coming through. I think Mikey's done a Mikey as well, actually, because Mikey is somewhere off the back of the pack at the minute. Static Shocker gets going again. An unsafe release then has now made the move into second at turn 1, and now Odon is now looking at the back of Joker. Then Joker is going to have to just take the pain. At this stage of the race then, now Nobby Norris is right there as well. He's got 2 cars all over the back of there. I think Nobby Norris got a little bit checked up there. Steve still also not able to find a way past Glyn, making full use of those soft tyres. Oh, they're not looking too bad, to be fair. He's looking after them well, which is critical because he wants to go as far on them as he can do. Unsafe then now has got to the head of the chasing pack. Then blue flag has pulled 2 seconds over him while he's been finding a way past Joker. Joker's thinking about a move back, then has to come off across the bridge. A little bit wide, then gets sideways. Joker clips the wall. I think Odon might clip the wall as well. Steve is once again looking around the outside of Glyn. He's had to go a little bit defensive into this long right-hander. It's a blind apex as well. You've got to just trust your braking reference and then throw it in up against that barrier. He's had a good run this time though. So the train snakes to the inside. Then everyone looking for some slipstream. Then Joker has popped out of unsafe slipstream. Interestingly, to defend from Odon, who's now going to try and go around the outside. We saw Unsafe try this a lap ago to no success. Odon thinks better of it. He's going to try and set up a move through the next sector though, where those medium tyres will give him more grip. The hard tyres will be warm now though, so Jeff will probably be in his good operating window on those hard tyres, but the medium tyres are still quicker than Odon, who was on the attack as Stanley found Nobby Norris was re-engaged. Nobby Norris there right up against the grass, just kept it on the track. Gets about him into the final corner, not quite close enough. Go on board. Comes out the final corner. Does he have the momentum down the straight? I don't think so. Joker's got a good exit. See Nobby Norris there looming large in the screen as well. So there's no respite. Is he going to be closer from moving to turn 1? No. Nobby Norris closes in as well. They're going to slide there from Odon. He had the momentum momentarily, but Joker's now pulling away, and Nobby Norris is thinking about it. To the right hand side goes Nobby Norris. Where is he? Oh, he's there. And Nobby goes through. Can Odon fight back on the brakes? Nobby gives him the room. But he's through. Good move. Nobby Norris up to 4th, where he finished the Maggiore race a couple of weeks ago. Odon then down to 5th. So the back man has now broken clear of this pack. So he's now in a bit of no man's land. Then Face Potter and Derek are still together. Then Zom in 11th. We've lost. Oh, Monte Carlo's around. I was saying, where was he? Because he was in that pack. He has had a spin as well. It's a big shame for him there. 11 seconds lost already. And now he's going to find his first encounter on track with just Mikey. Just come around in 14th there. Yeah, 240 on the first lap. Mikey had a drama somewhere, I think. Off camera. Oh, he's on the grass. Ooh, nearly into the wall. And Static Shocker, we saw him having a drama, or the end of his drama anyway. Up front then, blue flag lead, 1.6 seconds as Unsafe has got the magnets on. He's pulling that gap down, and they've now pulled 2 seconds from Joker, who's now got Nobby Norris behind him. Joker goes defensive, Nobby Norris back into the slipstream though. Again, Joker defends the inside. Nobby's going to have to go the long way around on the brakes. Probably not going to happen, but can he switch back through the S section? Gets the traction down. Not quite enough though. Joker will hang on for now. Oh, what has happened to Odon? Where is Odon? Odon's down in P11. Odon has had a drama. So Odon is out of that league battle. Oh, big shame for him there. I just noticed it was Glyn up behind Nobby Norris. Glyn promoted to 5th then. Joker continues to be the cork in the bottle. Also released with the fastest lap of the race at 2:11.6. Across the line we go into turn 1. We'll go on board with Nobby Norris, and looking at the back of Joker's car, we've got Glyn in the screen and Stufer in the distance as well. And Matman is also just starting to close in a little bit on these guys. So Matman's got good pace at this stage of the race on those medium tyres as well. Might be helped a little bit by Joker just backing everybody up ever so slightly. Nobby Norris is still only 5 seconds off the lead of this race. Over at the bridge, you think, oh dear, it's easily done. You see Nobby Norris at this point realising he's not going to make the move here, so he's just upshifting early there, saving fuel. Good thinking by Nobben. It was very sensible driving there. Oh, caught that curb. That's just stunted his run off the bridge a little bit, and Glynn's there as well. He can just about move over there. He's not under threat. Nobben Norris is the lead driver in GT3. The guys ahead of him are all GT2, as is the man behind him. And Stufer, I believe, is a GT3 driver as well, actually. And there's Mattman as well. So last time around, Stufer did a 13.7, Mattman did a 13.6. So everyone seems to be closing. Some lap times, but he's only 1.8 seconds off the back. And so Mattman has brought himself right to it. He's 7/10 up on this lap as well. So Mattman, good pace at this stage of the race. Spot and Derek still together. Zom in the background lurking. Need to take a bite out of them. That's that new livery he's got. If somebody, Carl or Pagan, if you're in the party with the boys, can you find out what Zom's livery is about, please? I want to know what's with the teeth. Hold on then, yeah, 2:29.2 on that lap then, a big time loss from him. I came back in a bit of no man's land at the moment. 5 seconds behind Odon, 4 ahead of Mikey. He's ahead of Monte Carlo. He seems to have had some more dramas there. Static shock in P15 up front, then the gap is now down to under a second then, so Unsafe Release is quicker at this stage of the race. Fuel wise, they're about the same. Tyre wear, again, they're about the same, so is Unsafe just chipping away. 2:11.6, 2:11.7. Blue Flag doing 2:12 flat, 2:12.4, yeah, so quite a big time game from Unsafe the last 2 laps. Both cars squeezing their tyres. They're coming around turn 3. Joker still in third then. Oh, what's happened back here? Where is Nobby Norris gone? Nobby Norris has now had a drama. 2:21 flats. We missed that in the final sector somewhere. Nobby Norris then has dropped out of 4th. So that's 2 guys who were going very well and now have dropped back then. So Nobby Norris down to P7. Lost 9 seconds somewhere on that lap. Mattman then promoted to 6th, Steve up to 5th, Glynn up to 4th, and now he's the one giving chase to Joker. That seems to be the bad omen at the minute, because you chase after Joker, you end up making a mistake. Okay, right, I'm just done his personal best last time around, 14.9. Odon also doing a personal best, and the fuel coming off, and the cars are now picking up pace, and it's Odon's trying to re-engage with this little gaggle ahead of him. Zom has now caught, or nearly caught, Derek and Face Potter. Now Aaron was pining for some Zom and Face Potter related chaos, so he might be getting his wish in the not too distant future then. Face Potter going well in 8th where he started. Zom up a couple of places from 14th and 10th. Derek is in the middle of this, and now he's got a good run here. Difficult to go side by side this section. You can see the dirty air, the understeer there really hurting through this section. I'm going to try to throw it in nice and early there, get the car turned. Derek on the hard tyres, Face Potter on the hard tyres, Zom is on the hard tyre as well, and so all 3 of these cars on the hards at this stage of the race. Just had a good exit there, so it's pulled a couple of car lengths, and Zom is also now closing in. Derek's top 9 might be under threat in the not too distant future. Zom showing in the mirrors on the inside. Close enough there. You've got to get a couple of tyres over that green part of the track there. Just pull the car around. See Derek just slightly upshifting early as well, saving a bit of fuel. Also a little bit wide of the apex there. It's quite a wide circuit, so it's not too much of a problem. However, Zom's had a really good run there and is now thinking about a move. He's gone to the left. Where is he? Got back in behind then. Not easy to make a move through there. You want to try and force a mistake here. Derek's ended up being a little bit tight. He's going to compromise his run. Face Potter is sideways, very sideways. Gets it. Comes across, just misses the bridge. Then Zom gives a bump to Derek. closes in as they get to the breakers at the end of the bridge. He's going to go down the inside. He's not close enough. He's staying again. Face Potter misses that apex. And in the background, Odon is very nearly with these guys as well. You can just see his car there in the screen. So I'm in the white car, and then that sort of dark red blob in the background is Odon recovering. He's been up in P5 earlier on. On again with a good run on the back straight. Then Derek has lost the slipstream there. Early upshift, I think Zom's going to go for the move here. There he goes. So Zom up to 9th. Good place gained for him then. And there is the aforementioned Odon, who's now with these guys. And further up the road, then Nobby Norris got his head back down again. 13.6 last time around, trying to catch back up to Stufer. How is he doing? He's right on the back of Matman. So Matman now up to 5th. And that man is motoring on very nicely indeed then into the top 5. A couple of guys have thrown it off the road ahead of him, but he's also passed people on pace and has been catching these guys as well. So Joker does a 13.1, Glyn does a 13 flat, Matman does a 12.8 then, so Matman is quicker than the 2 cars ahead of him. Right over the turns, and Steve has got off with those soft tyres. Were probably about, they maybe had one more lap in them, but probably got to need to get off them now. Then so now it kind of comes down to fuel. He's on lap 7. He's completed 7 laps. So 27 to go. Can he do that? On one more stop, I don't think he will be able to. Through to 12th, he chases down I Came Back. I think he's in the drive. Or is he just catching I Came Back? He might just be catching him actually. Odon has found a way past Derek meanwhile, up to 9th. He's now on the back of Zom then, so it's a pit away sandwich for Zomlot. Luke at the front and Owen at the rear. It's the world's worst pit roast. Face Potter is very wide there into that corner, going for that sweeping. He can though take a sweeping line though. He's going to have a good momentum onto the straight, but Zom is now right in the attack zone. He's got a good run on the back straight there. Again, 6/10 personal best. In sector 3. For the defence inside. Oh, Zom's gone very wide. Oh dear me, nearly off the track. I don't know if he just got caught out by Face Potter's line there, but nearly threw it off. Face Potter then not under threat into the braking zone, but that's put Odon right onto his rear tyre. Oh, Face Potter's very sideways indeed. The tyres there, not giving what's called. He's on a personal best lap, still 4/10. Up on this lap then as Odon on those medium tyres. Of course, these two are both on hards. As is Derek in the background. Odon now trying to force some tight into the final corner. That will compromise his exit. Odon's going to try the switcheroo. Not the route where Zom's in. Zom's pulling off, and so Zom's pitting. Early, so it does look like this is going to be a 3-stop race. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a 3-stop race, isn't it? Nobby Norris head down again, back in the 3:13, 2:13s. Look, good lap times there from Nobby Norris, solid lap times now. Matman, meanwhile, is continuing to close on Glyn. He took a second out of him on that last lap. Matman is in absolute fine form at the moment. They're really getting on well at the moment. That new livery, refined and sleek-looking livery there on the Newcastle United car. It's pedalling in well as he closes in on Glyn. Glyn, meanwhile, continues to hold Joker. It's 2/10 to him on that lap, but that's the solid paces up front. Then what has happened to unsafe release on this lap, because that gap, which was under a second, is now 3.4. Has he had an off? Well, we'll see in a second, because he's coming up to one of the checkpoints. And he's second down. He lost a second, so yeah, that's 1.2 seconds on the last lap then, so mistake from unsafe release somewhere we haven't seen. Gap is back up to nearly 3 seconds. It's 3 seconds now then, so then he's got some work to do once again then. pit stops in the not too distant future. They will try and go as far as they can. On the fuel, blue flag a little bit worse off than unsafe release now on fuel. But he is 3.2 seconds up the road, so we'll of course lose some of that though in the pits. A little bit extra fuel needed. Stopping this time around though. It is unsafe. Staffing Shocker at the in the distance there coming out the pits. Joker still in third. Is he coming in? Yes, he is. Joker is in then on the end of lap 9. So Joker out third, releases Glyn, and Matman continuing to chase him down. 13.4, he's 13.8 then. So Glyn responded on that lap. Norris again 13.1 then, super consistency there, so that mistake though on lap 5 is absolutely hindered him, but he is now catching the guys ahead of him once again. Also in Face Potter and Odon there down to 1 litre of fuel there. Well, Face Potter's got 11 as they come in there, so massive fuel disparity there between the two brothers. What happened, Owen? Did you hit the wall, the bridge? Fuel saving. Yeah, he is. So is Glyn. Glyn is another one who's really good at fuel saving. If you look at the leaders too there. Blue flag is in this time around then. Blue flag and unsafe will be in this time around. Glyn's probably got another lap or two in there. Oh, he's wide there though. He's wide at the apex there. Matman is also going to be in this time around then. So Glyn's going to go a little bit deeper on this one then. So now it's going to be the tyre offset though. Matman will have fresher tyres. Depending on what he goes on to though, that will also be a key factor. Now he's down to a second there, so Glyn's mistake at the end of the bridge, just running a little bit deep. Joker now is on the mediums, so first of the lead 3 to pit. Stufer is also now on the medium tyres as well. 5 seconds down, and so Steve had a good first stint there on those soft tyres, but wasn't able to make the progress I think he would have hoped for on the quickest tyre. There's a couple of sections where you sort of really work it, and the middle sector you do kind of get it back a little bit, then into the pits, then come blue flag and unsafe release. Just a litre difference in the end. I know, Pagani. It's GT2, GT3, remember, that's why. And it's absolutely fine. You upshift like halfway at the rev range, and it's absolutely fine. Man in as well then, and Nobby Norris in as well, 10 litres, so Nobby Norris there got 7 litres more, and the car's ahead of him then, so that's going to be a nice couple of seconds back, second and a half back, and the car ahead of them, so Glyn into the lead of the race then, and he's probably still got 2 laps of fuel in this car. Is Glyn trying a 2-stopper? Oh, I don't know, those soft tyres aren't going to make that, are they? Surely that's not going to work. I mean, Glyn could possibly do it, but I just worry that the soft tyre will not last that long. Because how long? What lap does Stufer pit on? Was it lap 5? Blue flag and unsafe release, and now just half a second apart. It's the hard tyres for blue flag. It's the hard tyres for unsafe, but blue flag has put more fuel in. So that's where unsafe has made all that time back. Now 8 seconds ahead of Joker, so now Joker's got that reference to start closing down. Then he's done his painful stint. Now he needs to start clawing that back then. We saw over qualifying he has the pace to match those 2 ahead of him. In fact, go faster than them, so now he needs to prove it. Matman's come out in P5 ahead of Stufer, ahead of Nobby Norris. So Matman's now on the hard tyre, Stufer's on the medium tyre as we saw already, and Nobby Norris on the hard tyre as well. 6 for Stoff, says Dusty Bossel. So yeah, this is still going to be a 3-stop race, isn't it? There's no way Glyn's going to be able to do 2-stopper. Just because of the tyres. So Man's found himself now in P8, then he's jumped ahead of Face Potter. Looking up to 11th ahead of Odon. It's the first set of tyres that I came back still to pits. Surely he is... Yeah, he's pitted. What? Can't be on half tank of fuel, surely. Surely not. Shocker, they're doing a personal best. And in comes Glyn. Yeah, Glyn's still, it's a 3-stopper. So Glyn then gets the furthest out of everybody. I'm sure that that must have appeared at some point. Look, there's no way in hell. Yeah, lap 8, but he didn't take tyres, interestingly. It's an interesting strategy. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Glyn on his way. Glyn's on soft tyres. Oh no, Glyn's on hards. And Glyn's going to come out in 3rd. I thought he was in the lead then for a second. The leaders have gone through, but Glyn is going to come out in his jump Joker. That's not what Joker wanted to see. However, Joker's on up to temperature tyres. Also a step quicker. Mediums, he's going to want to make quick work of Glyn though. He's going to go for it here, down the inside immediately. Glyn sees him coming, gives him the room. Joker gets the move done cleanly. Good pass. That was good. That's critical for Joker's race as well. Now we're going to see also what Joker's got on those medium tyres now. It's blue flag and unsafe there on their first flying laps now. Lap for Joker was a 2:12.9. Oh dearie me, Joker pushing the limits there because Joker's fastest lap is a 2:12.8. That was on the hards, so they get a scurry on. Oh, unsafe in the wall, unsafe in the wall, the off the bridge there. So they give blue flag a little bit of breathing room and then the gap goes over a second. Needs to have those magnets on. Going down, Matman. He's got Stufer right behind him now then, so Matman caught Stufer just before the pit stops, didn't he? Just Joker stopped typing in the chat and focusing on his background. We've got Zom and Nobby Norris and Derek, and that's Zom and Derek going past Nobby Norris. So Derek's on the soft tyres now, Zom's on the mediums, and Nobby's on the hard, so Nobby taking his pain. Derek, meanwhile, is flying. He's going to get the double move done. He passes Nobby on the back straight. He gets Zom into the next corner. Oh, he's run wide now. Oh, rejoins him right into the path of Nobby Norris. Oh, Derek there, having just done the fastest lap of the race as well, a 2:11.3. Yeah, race that fucking cat. Race that pussy. Oh, Derek's wide. Oh, Derek's got dirty tyres. Oh, no, Derek's race has gone all wrong. Face Potter and Mikey coming around. Oh, no! Oh no, it's all gone Pete Tongue for Derek there, and he ends up blocking Face Potter and getting a yeet for his troubles. It's Mikey there, also on the soft tyres, goes just a fraction shy of the fastest lap there with 11.5. A little bit gloomy at the moment. Odon down in P12 then. So he's got to be kicking himself, but he's getting his pain out of the way there on the hards. Kicking back, he's pitting again, so this time hopefully we'll be taking some tyres this time. Not quite sure what he's done there. It's Carlo. Must have pitted on lap 9. Blue flag meanwhile has now got the hammer down. Lead is up to 2 seconds, and so unsafe release has had a scruffy couple of laps again. Just let that gap get up behind them. Joker is chipping away, but half a second. That's quite a lot in laps, to be fair. So Joker is now closing in again. Getting in the background, taking his pain. Just 10 seconds off the lead though, so still very much in this one then. Stufer has me all past Matman. Charge momentarily stunted while he's on the hard tyres, and Zom is the man on the charge now in the background. Zom is up from 14th to 7th. He's also taken his pain early doors. He's got his hard tyre stint out of the way. He can now run mediums off all the way to the flag. So it's the ebb and flow stage of the race now, where different strategies kind of spread the field out. It's when we get into the latter stages of this race then, when we get to the final stops, that's where we see where everybody's really at. sort of spread out for the moment. Closest battle we've got. Zom and Matman, and Zom has made short work of Matman then, so Zom up to 6th then, the man on the move, up 8 positions. And he's motoring on very nicely then, backing up after a poor qualifying, but backing up his P2 from last week in the main race. It was the shorter endurance race, just a 40-minute one, approximately. So we gambled on the strategy, stayed out on the tyres. On the intermediate tyres as the track dried. A late rain shower came to his rescue. And Zom is currently purple in sector 1 on medium tyres as well. So once again, the medium tyre proven to be the better tyre. Yeah, a little bit. It wasn't so much that. I think he saw the cars coming and thought he'd get out of the way by going that way. Unfortunately, that's where they were. So yeah, not the best to rejoin. Thankfully, hasn't stunted Face Potter's progress too much. So they're now trying to close down on Stupa. They're both on the medium tyres. Stupa's got less fuel at the minute. Zom is a man on the mission then, and he was 3/10 quicker on that last lap. Hanging on, Nobby Norris also still very much in this in the background. Mike, he's also just coming in then, so he's had some dramas early on, but has got his head down now on the soft tyre. So this will be his quick stint, it'll be a short stint as well though. He's a big fan of the circuit though, so expect Mike to go well. Misdemeanors early on have been private, so we haven't witnessed any Mikey moments. Derek then is about to pit off of those soft tyres. Then, he made good use of them to the fastest lap of the race. Unfortunately, then followed up with a 2:29. So undid all of his hard work, although he's pretty much on equal pace at the minute. I came back, has definitely taken tyres this time. He was running well early on. A spin note has definitely cost him. We see a couple of sort of lap 5, lap 6 of some mistakes in there. I imagine lap 9 with a pit stop there. 3:13, 3:16. Austin 3:16 on lap 9. That's Derek pits from P11. And Zom is wrapping up Stufa around the outside. That's P5 for Zom. It's a good move, and Zom again purple from sector 1. Very well indeed up front then, unsafe lead over Joker is down to 4 seconds. Joker continues to chip away. 2 minute 12s in a row, 0.3 against 12.8 and 12.8 then, so the front two doing similar lap times. Joker's half a second quicker a lap and is bringing himself back into contention. There's still some way to go then, so I still think those two are ahead of him. He hasn't got there yet. He's still taking half a second out of them a lap. He should be getting quicker and quicker as well. And the tyres are wearing slightly, the fuel coming off. Let's see what his checkpoint is this time around. Into the final sector. There's checkpoints between these two corners here. Tenths down this time around, so 12.6. Safe, they're kicking up the dirt there. He is right on the raggedy edge. So he tries to close back in on blue flag, then he comes out of the final corner. Across the line, blue flag then, lap times. It's a 2 minute 12.8 from him. It's a 2 minute 12.6 for unsafe. He is 2/10 quicker. And 2 minute 12.5 then, so just a 10th quicker that time around. So Joker not making the progress he needs to really. Still chipping away, but he want to be taking more off there. Meanwhile, on the hards, it's just dropped back a little bit. But it's in a nice gap in 4th at the minute, but Zom is just scything his way forwards. There's turn 1, it's due for similar tyres. A bit more warm, but he's got less fuel as well, so Stufa should be able to hang with Zom. Matman's also keeping them in sight. He's on his hard tyre stint at the moment, that's taking his pain. Nobby Norris also just chipping away at 12.8 from him then, so that's Nobby Norris is doing comparable lap times to the leaders. course, yeah, they're 2:12.8 from blue flag last time around, so Nobby Norris is going to be kicking himself for that accident he had earlier on. Of course, he's now lapping as quick as the race leader on the same tyre. Also took 0.8 of a second out of Matman, so he's catching Matman. Mikey's got himself a penalty. That'll probably be from turn 1. I think that's the only place in this place you can actually get a penalty around it. It will be his in lap then, so his tyres are cooked and he's about out of fuel. Just possibly in P10. Still he's 12 seconds down the road. Derek now behind him back on the medium tyres. And came back across the line. A half second up on his last lap. And Scarlett also coming through. 13.1 from him. So also getting quicker again. His medium tyres. Now it's turn 1. He's got bored for a minute then with. Man, he must be from Essex because he's plastered it all over his car. You can see there on the curve on the right side tyres there. Nicely, apexes nicely. On the throttle, use the curve on the outside, nicely done through there. There's purple sector 1 there, that's a good first sector there from Monte Carlo as he hangs over to the left hand side then. Open the angle up, bit of a lift then. Just caress the curves left and right and then break in a straight line for this uphill off camber right hander there, pushes you out wide. Over just before the bridge there, perfectly done. Across the bridge we go. And he's still a 10th purple then, so. They're putting together a very handy lap here, then brake as late as you dare. Second gear, a little bit of understeer there, just a bit of a correction there on the exit as well. Back end trying to get away. Up against the barrier on the left then pick your braking marker. It's a late apex here, nicely done. Then wait for the moment to pick the throttle up onto the back straight. He pits then from P11 then onto the back straight we go. Sun there just in his eyes a little bit then, he's just 4 thousandths down his personal best at the moment. There, but I came back. That is the man he's chasing down then. Again, using the curve on the left hand side. Open the angle up for the corner. Plenty of curve on the inside. Wait for the exit. Getting that curve on the exit. Very nice. Neat and tidy through there. Then into the S section we go then. Plenty of curve on the left hand side. This is the second part of it. Goes personal best then. Looks off the curb. A little bit of lift there. Just let the car settle. Wait for the understeer. The curve on the outside then. Towards the final corner, brake again on that curb, open the angle up, it's a bit in, plenty of curve on the inside, the car to grip, curb on the exit, very nicely tied up there from Monte Carlo. And the lap time is 12.3 there, so just marginally slower than his personal best, which is another 12.3. So, nice and neat and tidy there, good lap there. Up front, blue flag leads, but in the background, there's a second penalty for P2. Unsafe release has clipped. Where's he done that from then? It must have been turn 1 again. I think he's probably taken too much there. Static shocker. And there is Joker. So Joker now down to just 4 seconds off the lead. And he's now less than a second behind unsafe release. Static shocker is going to get out of his way. Jumps into the pit lane. So unsafe release there picked up a penalty. Now I can only imagine it was at turn 1. If you could cut too much of that green, you're going to get a penalty there, and I think that's the only place I can realistically think you're going to get a penalty around here. Second penalty is Harsha Sluther into the pits from P7 with 0 fuel left. So here goes Matman and Nobby Norris. And what's happened to Nobby Norris? A 2.18 on that last lap then. Nobby Norris has made a mistake. Got into a 12.8 then. Made a mistake and cost himself about 5 seconds again. Man's coming to the end of his hard test. I think Zom goes purple in sector 1 once again. Zom is having a very good race. The 12.1s in there. 13 flat last time around. Glyn ahead of him did a 14.5, so he took a second and a half out of Glyn that time. So Zom is really bigging himself into this one then. He's run the hard tyres already. Zom is very much in contention for a top 5 here. Up front 3 are covered by 4 seconds. We are just past half race distance, so we're into the second half of the race then. Joker continuing to close then. Unsafe release is going to be in this time around. However, this is where we're going to see some deviation in strategy, because last time around, Blue Flag and Unsafe pitted together. Blue Flag has still got a chunk more fuel. Now we might still pit together. But Blue Flag is going to have a much shorter pit stop because he's got a lot more fuel on board, but he is blocking and weaving there into that right-hander. Sector we go, navigate CS is okay. To the final point. People in the stream, good evening and welcome. Thank you for tuning in as ever. It's time for that beg time. I remembered if you are watching the stream and you could give it a like, that would help immensely. Thank you very much. So that's the beg. And Blue Flag and Unsafe pit then, and look at the difference in fuel. Blue Flag 13 litres, Unsafe just the 1. On the fuel then. Going to be at least a couple of seconds less time he needs to be stationary for than in with 3. He's on in with 3 as well. Mattman in with 3. Blue Flag, how far ahead he is now in terms of fuel. He's done the hard tyres now, so he's got the mediums and still needs to run the softs at some point. He's topping the tank, so I think he'll be out on the mediums. He is. Unsafe's gone soft. Like a man with the brewer's droop, he's gone soft. He's going aggressive at this stage then. Now critically for both of them, they've come on just ahead of FaZe Potter. So Blue Flag then on the medium tyres. Unsafe's getting his soft stint out of the way now. But he's got quite a lot of fuel in. Unsafe's gone just under 3/4 of a tank there for the soft tyre stint. Going to look to push on this stint, then try and build a gap. Means that Blue Flag will have to chase him down later on. Nobby Norris just up the road then, but Nobby Norris is on his in lap then because he's on the red line in terms of fuel, so he'll be in this time around. Joker now leads. He's now on the red line though, so he'll be in this time around. Good stint from Joker then, solidly in the 2-minute 12s. Regularly there, lap 16 is fastest one of the 12.1. To see out what does he come out on, so because he's already used his hard tyres as well, so he's got mediums and softs left to use. Does he follow Unsafe's lead and goes on to the softs now, or is he going to follow Blue Flag and go back out on the medium tyres again and save the softs till the very end? So the track, I do think, although it's not a recognised function, but I swear the track rubber's in and the tyre wear will be better in the end of the race. The track rubber's in then. Right, in he comes. His lead over Unsafe release is just under 28 seconds. 7 litres of fuel in, so he's got more fuel than Unsafe had. Unsafe, I think, he's just going to get away without catching Nobby Norris here. So he's not going to get held up, which is going to be critical. You can see already he's pulled 2.6 seconds on Blue Flag. Spotter's going to be in this time around. Zom, Glyn and Mattman are all together, and they are, well, 2 of them are on mediums. Mattman's gone onto the softs, so Mattman's gone aggressive. He wants to clear these 2 quick as he can then. Joker's on his way. Joker's gone onto the softs, and Joker's going to come out just behind Unsafe release, but ahead of Blue Flag. So Unsafe leads from Joker and Blue Flag in 3rd. So the other 2 have gone for a different strategy to Blue Flag. At this stage then they'll get away from him at this point because they're on the quicker tyre and the tyres are still fresh. As those tyres wear out, he will then come back at them. While Nobby Norris is rejoining in P7 just behind this little trio. That man trying to get the move done on Glyn, who's had a good exit out of turn 1. He's got up the inside, he's got the overlap. Glyn might be well pressed not to fight this too hard. That man gives him the lean. Glyn's on the inside, but Mattman's going to sweep around the outside. Gets the move done. Nice and aggressive path from Mattman then. Up to 5th he goes. Absolutely beach. He's just pitted and he is, yeah. Just, you see, there you go. He's fastest man on track. Look, purple. That's how quick he's going. That will be around about qualifying. No, it wasn't. It was a 10-1 in the end, wasn't it? Yeah, he's flying. Yep, as you can see, flying. Definitely hasn't hit the bridge. There. Right, then Unsafe then getting that lead up to 2.5 seconds then as they're up to speed. Got a little bit more fuel in, because he did go a lap longer. Blue flag. So again, it's just 4 seconds. Cover your top 3 as it stands, and then this little gaggle of cars that's on Matman, Glyn, and Norris, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Aforementioned Mikey then in 8th, currently purple. Again, 11.4. That's on the medium tyre as well, bear in mind. So the fastest lap was from Derek on the softs, at 2:11.3. Mikey's done 2:11.4 on the mediums. In the background, we've got Face Potter and Stuffer going at it. Stuffer's now on the hard tyre, and Face Potter's on the soft, so that'll be a position gain for Face Potter. Derek in P11. Odon's race has just not recovered after that early drama that we didn't see. He has gone done a personal best there through that sector. Came back, got himself half-second penalty. And Carlo has just pitted for the softs. Let's see some good lap times coming from him. Unsafe release is pulling away at this stage of the race. Let's pull a second on blue flag. A 2:09.9 from unsafe. That's quicker than pole. Unsafe release and is motoring now. Gaps for 3 seconds, and so here's the battle for 4th. With Matman, another one on the soft tyres. So you've got Unsafe, Joker, and Matman on the soft tyres at this stage of the race. And it's Nobby Norris as well. He is. So Nobby Norris also on the soft tyre. He's now past Glyn. He's on the mediums. He saved his softs for later. So Zom and Glyn and Blue Flag has still got the soft tyres to use. And while the drivers around them are taking their soft tyre stint now, and then we'll be on the mediums to the end. Trying to get see the cars twitch there, the bump on the exit, that corner there, really set up the car, but he's had a good run here. Has he got enough in a straight line though to get close enough to Zom to make a move? Oh, in the braking zone at the end of the bridge. The answer is yes, he does. Does Zom see him? He does. He's through. He is. There's Zom fighting back. No, he's not. Puts him behind. Good bold move there from Matman. Up to P4 he goes. So this is the battle then for 4th. These 4 drivers then. One is tucked into the slipstream though. So it is not over and done with by any stretch of the imagination. However, Zom will have to keep looking in his mirror. Nobby Norris is another one on the soft tyre who's going to be flying up behind him in the not too distant future. So I'm looking to really get his teeth into this battle. Dropped at the minute. So it was all not being dropped by Matman, should I say. So there's one in the chat. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the battle for 4th place. It's Howie the Toon in 4th. It's Royal Leamington Spa's finest in 5th. Where's Nobby Norris? He was in Wales this morning. Somewhere in Wales. Welsh legend. And Glyn. I don't know where Glyn. Glyn, where are you based? Mikey 8th. 5 as well, so Mikey's got a good pace at this stage. 12.3 this time around. Is still wiping quickly. So he did 12.3, Glyn did 12.8. It's his personal best, so Mikey's catching Glyn at half-second a lap at the moment, so Mikey's not out of the equation of this battle yet either. Up front then, Unsafe's lead is 3 seconds on the head. Joker is 3 seconds ahead of Blue Flag. So the battle that was 4 seconds is now 6 seconds. That's Matman getting the move done on Zom, and Nobby Norris is through as well. Zom getting double duffed up. Oh, is he? Zom's fighting back like. No, he's got the inside though for the corner onto the bridge. Zom, you're going to be brave to hang it around the outside there, but that is exactly what he's going to do. Wow, it was brave from Zom. He very easily could have eaten Barrier. But good respect that's shown. Zom going defensive. The Nobby's trying to find room up the inside though. Oh, Zom shuts the door on him. So this is not your race. You don't need to fight this hard. He's on a different tyre. Zom is one of those drivers in FTRL, like myself and like Blue Flag, who makes it we're difficult to pass but not impossible. It's just nigh on impossible at times, depending on who you are. For now, Zom stays ahead. But Nobby Norris is coming for another go, another bite. Zom's going defensive again, then Nobby's going to try and go the long way around. set up on the exit, then switches to the other side. Holds Zom tight. We're going to go side by side through the S's. This will be brave. Once again, this is very tricky to do. Where we leaning on each other, but giving each other room. Good driving once again. That's brave through there. That big bump in that corner as well. Zom hanging on for all he is worth at the minute. Nobby to the outside. Going to compromise Zom's entry to the final corner. Go for the switch back. He's got the momentum off the corner. Can he get the alongside? I think he can this time. Zom's trying to squeeze him up against the wall, but this time I think Nobby's going to get it done. Find your braking marker down the inside. Zom will appear in the rear camera, and that has moved on, but Zom's got the exit this time, and Zom's coming back. What a battle, what a battle. Zom fights back and gets back ahead. Nobby goes for a big send to the next corner. Zom gives him just enough room, but Nobby can't get alongside. Meanwhile, Matman is doing his best to run away and take full advantage of this scrap. Mikey's using it to close in as well, as is FaZe Potter, who's just done his personal best fastest lap. Glynn's right on the back of this train again now. Matman is now 2.6 seconds clear, trying to run away while he can. That's exactly what he needs. It's up the road. Meanwhile, on Safe's lead, it's now 3.5 seconds in. Joker was quicker on that last lap, so he's taken a couple of tenths back. Blue Flag is hanging on, but he's on different tyres, so it's fine for Blue Flag to be dropping back at this stage. And he's on the medium tyre. The soft tyres, they are going past their best, and Safes are about half worn, that front left especially. He's down to the 2.11s again now, so comparable lap times, and so that advantage he had is gone. Check and look back at this battle then. Oh, here we go again. Nobby Norris to the outside, all the way around the outside this time. Has he got the overlap this time? I think he has. Has he got it done this time? Nobby Norris has the inside for the next corner. Edges ahead, Zom trying to stay overlap, but Nobby's through. There, good move from Nobby Norris. Good respectful driving as well from Zom. Great battle between those two. Just not mess up this corner. Oh, Glynn right on the edge of adhesion. Just about got it around, and Mikey's joining the party now as well. Mikey's been banging in quick lap times. 11.9 last time around. Glynn did a 13.4. Zom did a 14.9, a 14.4 for Nobby while those two are battling. So Mikey is now very much in this battle as well. Matman trying to run away, then he's 2.6 seconds clear. But his tyres are past their best. Nobby Norris is looking much better. I think he did stop a lap later. And then Matman pitted lap 18. Nobby Norris went lap 19, yep, so he's got a lap fresher tyres. Now he's going to go about using them. He's got less fuel as well, so Nobby Norris is short fuel, so Nobby's got less fuel and better tyres. Zom, though, is not being dropped. As you can see at the moment, the medium tyres really are a very, very good race tyre. He's just been dropped a little bit by that pack and caught back up again. Nobby Norris is wide. Gets it off the bridge though. Taking half a second out of Matman as well. Zom though, he's thinking about this again. Zom is not finished with Nobby Norris. Norris is having to go a little bit defensive there. You see him driving down the middle into the braking zone, just edges back over again to take a more optimal line. Zom is still there. John going very well this season. A little bit under the radar, but leads GT3. Oh, he's wide there though. I've given the curse of the commentator. There we go. Real-time curse of the commentator. That gives Nobby Norris a respite, and that's going to put Glynn right on him. So, sorry, Zom. That's proper just cursed it. Real-time cursed. Up front, and so for these pits from the lead of the race, Joker going around one more lap. But the gap to Blue Flag is down by a second. Joker does a 2.12.2, Blue Flag does a 2.11.5, 7 tenths of a second. Back in favour of Blue Flag then, so the switch over between Blue Flag's mediums and Joker's softs has happened. So Felician will fill up then, this will be his final stop. That man's going to come in as well. I'm going to go around for one more lap. those likes coming, please, everybody watching the stream. Who just give that little thumbs up one a like, that would help us out immensely. Thank you very much. Gets seen by more people. More people that see us mean that we can provide more racing action. Hopefully more people get involved then, and we can have 3 full nights of racing again. Now, critically for unsafe release, he's come out ahead of Nobby Norris. So Mattman pitting there has done unsafe a massive favour because he has just cleared Nobby Norris. So that battle between Zom and Nobby for a couple of laps has just meant that they've come out behind him. So unsafe now has clear track. Now Joker, I imagine, will be pitting this lap. I said the mediums will get to the end from here, so he's got someone to pit and blue flag. He's going to go a little bit deeper because he's still got the soft tyres to use. We've seen 5-6 laps. Unsafe. How many laps did unsafe do on here? So he pitted on lap 18. He's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, 6 laps. So 6 laps seems to be the max. So expect him in around about end of lap 28. Has clear Glynn. So Glynn has not had the pace on these medium tyres compared to Mikey. Joker pits from the lead. So Joker in, blue flag then inherits the lead then. Now he's got to get his head down. He needs to be as close as he can. When he gets onto the soft tyres at the end, it'll be a shorter stop, of course. But in the meantime, unsafe release is going to be chipping away. He's on fresher tyres, but he has got more fuel. So he's starting to set, and the lights are on. Nobby Norris's lights ablaze. In 4th place then. He'll be in this time around though because he is out of fuel. So he peels off, as does Mikey. Mikey off the medium tyre, then he'll be on to the medium tyres for the final time. And I do feel like unsafe and Joker's strategy. Ooh, critically for Joker, he's behind Zom. Joker is behind Zom. Joker's going to want to make quick work ahead of Glynn, but he's behind Zom. Everyone going through the Nobby Norris in the pits. Mikey filling up as well. Nobby Norris is on his way. Through goes Mattman. So Mattman goes by. So Mattman has jumped Nobby Norris in that one extra lap. It's now the offset tyre, so I do think unsafe is going to be in a strong position here because he will be ahead, I imagine, of blue flag because he's on fresh tyres. Also had that big 6-second gap, which then blue flag will have to be clawing back first and foremost. So he's got to get there first. He's got to use his tyres to get back up to unsafe release, and then he's got to pass him as well, by which time those tyres will be past their best. And we know how good the medium tyres are throughout the stint, so these are critical laps for blue flag. He's got clear track. He needs to be doing personal bests as much as he can. Trying to take as much time. Unsafe, and the gap is 26.3 at the moment. Joker still looking for a way past Zom, and he's got to get. He's nearly there. As we've seen, getting to Zom is one thing. Getting past Zom is quite something else. Now, Joker is not Zom's race. Oh, Zom, sorry, nearly dipping a wheel in the gravel, and that's compromised him now. And now Joker's right on him. Joker's going to need to make this move quickly. Unsafe is 5 seconds down the road. Zom's still got the soft tyre to gain, so Zom's going to be a couple more laps before he pits. Then this is not what Joker needs, so unsafe is getting away. Over back then, he's going to find this little gaggle pack. Then Mikey is ahead of Nobby Norris, so Mikey then is very much in the battle for 4th. Norris is one of the key components. He's ahead of him. Strategies now just starting to play themselves out. Now Mattman's got himself a bit of an advantage there, which he used his soft tyres at the right time. Him getting past Zom when he did was critical. When Nobby and Zom were battling and Mikey was catching up, Matt pulled himself a couple of seconds gap, and that's the difference now between Mikey and Nobby Norris. to the red. I think Joker's got it done. He has. The Joker has passed Zom. Critical for his race, but he's now 4.7 behind. Unsafe release. Gap for the lead is down to 25.8. So 2:11.8 from Blue Flag, a 2:11.2 from Unsafe, so 6/10 back to Unsafe. Has, using those soft tyres early, won him this race. Flag led early on, got into the lead early past Joker, who started on the hard tyres. Unsafe then short fueled and used the soft tyres in the third stint. Leapfrogging ahead of Blue Flag and has pulled away. Now it's going to, Blue Flag of course is going to have a shorter pit stop to make, so it's not necessarily over yet, but Unsafe is looking in a strong position. He did have a 6-second gap as well around about the time he pitted. Blue Flag going around them, so Blue Flag should be in at around about the end of this lap, I think. This should be Blue Flag's in lap. So we've got 29.30. 31, 2, 3 and 4, yeah, so that's 36. That takes us to the 6 laps. Oh, Blue Flag's pushing. Now over the curb, kicking at the grass on the outside. The gap's down to 24.6. Who was that? Spinning off. It was I came back out the final corner. I thought somebody was getting themselves out of his way. In a spectacular fashion then. So Unsafe did a 2:10.9. With a quick lap on medium tyres then. Joker did a 2:11.7, but he did have to pass Zom on that lap then, so now he's got clear track. What can Joker do? Where's Blue Flag going to filter in? Zom will probably bail out this lap as well, as will Glyn. Odon in for his final stop. And Mikey then has now got the magnets on, chasing down Matman. That gap is down to a second then. Mikey is charging. So Mikey is also in the battle for fourth. Very much so. Then just getting dropped a little bit by Mikey. So Mikey's got a good pace, 11 flat. Personal fastest lap there from Mikey. That one did a 12.2 last time around. Potter now in a bit of a lonely ninth. Derek in a lonely P10. However, he's got Odon coming up behind him on the soft tyre, so he might not be lonely for long. His race has just not gone, he's just a personal best there, but not quite as well as I'd hoped though. He's battling early on, up in 7th. Starting the race on the back of that train as the pack broke away. I don't know if there's some drama somewhere along the way. Yeah, lap 20, look, 2:26. That might be where he's lost a bag full of time. Blue Flag then is going to peel off and into the pits. The gap is down to 22.9 as he enters the pit lane for his final stop then. Unsafe is coming through the S's. Joker is making his way into those S's as well. Zombies are going to be into the pits this time around, as is Glyn. Matman has got Mikey looming large there. So where's Zom going to filter out relative to these three? Blue Flag then in the pits. Unsafe along the start-finish rate. He's got Monte Carlo ahead of him. Flashes the lights. Blue Flag still fueling. He's on his way. Here comes Blue Flag. Where is Joker? Blue Flag's going to be in second. So Blue Flag then has come out and he is 4 seconds in arrears. He's got 6 laps then to close that gap down. It's on the best tyre in terms of grip, but not of longevity. Unsafe is doing competitive lap times then. He's not found his way past Monte Carlo yet. Into the S as we go. Monte Carlo needs to get out of the way as soon as he can. And he does. Interesting way to get through, but Unsafe is through. He lost a couple of tenths in that, so not too bad then. Blue Flag now on the charge, getting those tyres up to temperature. Gap now coming down. He's had a better exit onto the bridge there, so there's a big chunk of time. Is that going to be critical to come the end of the race? Zom is in 4th, and so Zom has come out ahead, and Mikey has jumped Matman. And Glyn is in 7th, and Glyn's ahead of Norby Norris. We've still got 5 battling for 4th, but Zom is in a very strong position then to follow up his P2 last week. with a very strong P4 in this one then, but Mikey's going to have something to say about that. He's on a step harder tyre. Man has been disposed of, and Glyn also on the soft tyre. Quite have the pace on the medium tyre, but he's right in the mixer now. Mattman and Mikey ahead of him on slightly warm medium tyres. Morris is still there as well. Face Potter not a million miles away. And it's all sort of spread out a little bit back here. Derek 5 seconds up on Odon. He's 10 seconds ahead of Stufa. Monte Carlo has now got blue flag catching him. Get out of the way there, is he? He does. Oh, I came back in the gravel. We'll let him have that drama. Gap down to 2.6 seconds then. Monte Carlo clips the wall at the final corner. Joker now, I think, is going to be relegated to second bridesmaid. Who gets to be maid of honour and who gets to be the bride in a minute. Unsafe is wearing the white dress and the veil. Blue flag is wearing some sort of pink fluffy monstrosity. Do they want to switch dresses? Blue flag needs to start taking some points back from Unsafe then. Unsafe has had a strong couple of weeks there. Looks like he messed up the Mazda race with a couple of penalties last week that meant he dropped to the pack but recovered it nicely. And then the main race as well also recovered, having been on the wrong end of a strategy call earlier in the race. Down to 2.1 then. There are your leaders. Blue flag 2.2. 4/10 up on his personal best though. Looks like Glyn on the attack of Mattman. It is in the battle for 6th. Mattman fighting back on the inside, but Glyn's got the better tyres. They're going to go side by side through here. They are going to try. Giving each other room. Glyn has a bit of a slide. Mattman through. Oh, Glyn. Big snap there. And Mattman arrives. And now Nobby Norris is going to come back at Glyn as well. That's not what Glyn needs. And Nobby Norris gets through. Oh no, Glyn's got to find his way back past again then. And that's letting Mikey get away as well. We are running out of lap times. Mikey meanwhile continues to try and hunt down Zom. It was a 2:10.6 from Mikey. Mikey doing a personal best again last time around. Zom was on his outlap, so we'll see where he's up to now. But that gap is 1.6. I'm just staying off the wall to the back straight there. And then doing the snake down the back straight, then trying to break the toe from Nobby Norris, who's right there, and he's got Glyn right in his slipstream as well. Nobby's a little bit wide. Glyn looks up the inside. Nothing doing. What about on the brakes? Is Glyn going to be brave? He's down the inside. Nobby's going to try and swoop around the outside, keep the momentum up. He's had a good run. He's also Batman's run wide, and Nobby Norris is on the attack. And Nobby Norris sweeps around the outside of the 6th. Great move from Nobby Norris. Nobby Norris there defended from Glyn and ends up overtaking Mattman, who ran a little bit deep at the corner. Superb move, and Glyn now sending it down the inside to the final corner. Mattman though might have the momentum off the corner around the outside. He does. Just hangs on to it for now. Great battling between these three. Let's go look at the leaders. Oh, it's down to a second. It's down to a second. Blue flag is on the charge, but Unsafe did a 2:11.2, which is a good lap. However, a second quicker was Blue flag that time around. Thought Unsafe might be in a strong position here, but Blue flag is making this a battle to the end. Unsafe has prevailed in the last couple of weeks. Blue flag was victorious in week 1 in both races. Unsafe fought back at Maggiore, where Joker got in the middle and beat Blue flag to second last time out as well. Unsafe won the Mazda race. Blue flag was 4th. How did he get through the second? I can't remember. He ended up. Blue flag is purple into the final sector. was 4th last time out then, so it wasn't the worst. Well then, there's the move, down the inside into turn 1, blue flag takes the lead then. What has Unsafe got then? He just needs to hang with him because those tyres will start to drop away ever so slightly. He's fighting back around the outside. Blue flag giving him the room, but Unsafe's got the overlap still. But blue flag's just got a little bit better traction then and edges back ahead. Into the S as we go. Blue flag going a little bit defensive there, but then has got the ability to move over there, but Unsafe is staying right with him, trying to make it difficult, compromise his lines where he can. Shows in the mirror in the braking zone there for the bridge. They get onto the bridge. Unsafe's just got to stay with him. They've got Static Shocker up the road there. He could play a factor here if they catch him at the wrong point. Yoka is watching from afar, ready to pick up the pieces. Meanwhile, Zom has pulled away from Mikey then. Norby Norris is also now pulling away. Matman's still holding off Glyn. So we'll have to go back and see what's going on with the leaders then. Blue flag at the moment. He's got the tyre advantage. Unsafe is right up against the wall there, but kept off the wall and is now closing. Gap is under 0.6 of a second again. Unsafe is closing. He's in the slipstream. And a 5.5 tenths. Down to 5 tenths. Not going to be close enough for a move on the brakes here, but Jesus, stay with him. Now 4 tenths back then through the S section, trying to just hang on as best they can. Static Shocker coming into the foreground there, but he should get out of the way. No, he doesn't. He's going to be in the way in the final corner. We'll get out of the way and start finish straight at least. But blue flag there, getting the bit of understeer out the final corner. He's going for some slipstream. On to the penultimate lap we go then. 7 tenths between them. Put a valiant effort up there. Great qualifying lap then, but starting on the hard tyres there, he had a little bit too much work to do in that second stint to just get back on terms. He got himself in the mixer. So it was just that little bit quicker on the soft tyre, but Unsafe is now just slipping. He's out of slipstream range. This is critical for Blue Flag's race because his tyres are kind of past their best. In fact, in terms of tyre wear, the softs are now worse. Blue flag now has more wear. He's a little bit wide there onto the bridge, but it's okay. He continues to pull away. Zom's also now clear of Mikey. Norby Norris still clear. Matman's still holding off Glyn as well. And I think now Glyn's tyres are past their best. Matman has a fair shot at this, but Glyn is still on the attack. It's the inside for the right-hander, but then it's got the outside for the left. And he can move over and take the line. Then switches sides on the exit, then trying to get the traction off the corner. This battle's not over either. That man's very tight there. He doesn't want to stay too tight. Let's head down through the S's, and he can move over now. He's got clear. Slightly compromised line. Yeah, it's a little bit dead. You've got the notice you've got the extra lights on the Evo kit. Not on Glyn's car. The back face Potter in ninth. It's a little bit of a lonely race for him, as it is for Derek, as it is for Odon, as it is for Stufer, as it is for Monte Carlo. He's got Static Shocker behind him. I came back, also very lonely. Yeah, the Static Shocker there. Said. Blue flag then pushing hard. And about to start the final lap then. 1 hour and 14 done. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. I think Blue Flag has done enough. 2:11 flat from him, Unsafe the 2:11.9, still good pace, but Blue Flag has just about got this covered now. He just needs a clean final lap then. The bridge is going to be critical. The S's at the end of the lap are going to be critical. Gap up to 1.5 then. I think Unsafe is beat, barring a mistake. But with those soft tyres going off, Through the S as we go for the final time. Onto the bridge then for the final time. This is the critical corner for blue flag there. Do not hit the wall. Keeps it off the wall nicely. Well clear of that. So continues to give chase. Continuing to just edge up though. This battle meanwhile. Glyn is still going for Glyn's up the inside. Has he got it done finally on the last lap? He has. Glyn gets through. Can Matman fight back though? Glyn's tyres are past their best. Does he have enough left in them to hang on to keep that P7 then? It's been a great drive from Matman. He drove all the way up to 4th. But Zom and Mikey have just had the pace on them in this final stint then. And well then into the braking zone, into the final sector we come for the final time. The corner done, well away from the gravel. No dramas there for blue flag through these S's for the final time then, through the left. Almost there, a little bit away from the apexes there. Nicely tricky corner here. Big lift there, gets the car settled. Very nicely done. One corner from home. The gap is up to 2 seconds. It has been a great drive from blue flag then. He bites back in this title battle. Out of the final corner, blue flag is your round 4 winner. Flash of the lights there. He is very happy with that then. Blue flag wins from unsafe release. Pole sitter Joker going to come back in a lonely P3, but still a very good drive there. Comfortably clear of the rest of the field. These three are very much the class act. Zom backing up his P2 last week with a superb P4. It's a GT3 class win. Into the final corner, here comes. Great drive from Zom. Qualified P14, could not get a lap hooked up. Up 10 positions in the race. He is very happy with that. Flashes the lights, crosses the line at 4th for Zom. Mikey comes home in P5, covering for Beach. That's a good point. Norris, a good drive from him from P6, but what might have been, if not for that early drama that set him back. Glenn going to come home in P7, prevailing in that final lap battle with Matman finally finding his way through. Matman ends up P8. But a good drive from him there. Some really good pace there in the middle of that race. Face Potter's going to come home in a lonely P9. Really featured too much this week, but solid points there for him. It's P10 for Derek. He'll be happy it's not P13. Odon then, big shame for him, running in 5th early on. Qualified well, but clipped the bridge. When he crosses the line then it's only P11, and Steve for another one who had good early pace. Not quite race that he wanted. And out of the final corner, his eye came back. He's caught the wall there. He's going to cross the line then for P14 then, with the static shocker already over the line. There then, that is that then. Round 4 in the books. And it's blue flag who is victorious then by 2.3 seconds in the end. So call that reasonably comfortable. Well, once again, a titanic battle between those two. Fastest lap of the race there, 2:09.9 from unsafe release, while his soft tyre stint there, stunning pace from him. Joker, great lap in qualifying to bag himself pole position. Not quite able. Perhaps unsafe, perhaps. Definitely played a factor there, but I think maybe blue flag did have the pace at the end and was going to be close though. So we'll do a reminder of that. Joker though, qualified on pole. Left himself a little bit too much work to do. Started on the hard tyres, perhaps maybe the wrong call. But still ends up with a very solid P3 to cement P3 in the championship. Zom then, superb drive from him into P4, GT3 class winner. Ahead of Mikey and Nobby. So 1, 2, 3, GT1, 2 and 1, 2 and 3 GT2, 4, 5 and 6 GT3. And Glyn in P7, who prevailed in that final great battle there with Matman. Those two were at it all race. Face Potter in 9th, Derek P10, Odon P11, Stu for P12, Monte Carlo P13, I came back in 14th, and Static Shocker in P15. That then is the end of the action for this evening. Congratulations to Blue Flag on his win and Zom on his class win. 4th. Once again, GT2 stroke GT3 providing us with some incredible action in a long race. If you liked what you saw tonight, we're going to do it all again tomorrow, of course, for GT1. Please do join Joker on comms tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not here because I'm a Wally and I booked my weekend away with my partner for Valentine's and booked Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday and Sunday, which I thought I booked. Smart. So that's why I'm missing tomorrow. So somebody will have to fill in for me and hopefully they will do me a solid. Yeah, GT1 tomorrow, 8:30. So please, if you like the action tonight, see what the pros and the best we've got can do for you tomorrow. There's 30 people watching still. Thank you very much to everybody. Once again, the numbers are really high this season on the stream. Very appreciative of that. And I will mention it one last time. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do so before you go. But from me for this evening, thank you very much. Next week, where are we next week? Duneno. I'm going to have to consult the calendar. We are at... Oh, it is, of course, the legendary Spa-Francorchamps. Oh, yes, Pagani. If you would like to race tomorrow, I am in need of a cover. So, you know. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yes, from me to Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your views, your comments, your likes. Yes, and yeah, 8:30 tomorrow. Please support Jeff on the stream for GT1. But from me for this evening, goodbye.